I like how you guys don't do video. This is a nice change. I mean, I don't have pants on now, so this is great. nice and comfortable and everything.
Is my belly button showing right now?
No. You look great. You're very thin. And I love that head of hair you have. It's so thick and luxurious. It's nice.
I'm bald by choice, you know. My genetics choice, not mine.
Oh, your genetics choice. It's in the genes.
Welcome to Nice Ashes. Join hosts Mike and Nate for cigars and culture. Let's go beyond the smoke.
All right, what are we smoking, Mike?
We are smoking, and this is going to be a guessing game. Powstanie Habano Belicoso.
Close.
Yes.
Very
It's your
close.
guess,
Okay.
Nate.
The Powstanie. Powstanie?
Mike was closer.
Oh, okay. Mike usually
It's
is closer.
Powstania is how you pronounce it.
Powstania.
Oh, okay. Powstanie.
Powstania. It means uprising in Polish.
Oh, okay.
You did get the Belicoso part right.
And the Habano, I hope, right?
Yeah, right. And the Habano. You got the Habano right.
Yeah. Well, we do have a special guest on. We have Mike Palmer on, and he is, and this is another guessing game, right? Pospiek Cigars. He's the national sales manager there. He also is a co-host of Cigar Hustle Podcast and
Cigar Hustlers Podcast.
Cigar Hustlers Podcast, and a wide range of other things we'll get into in a little
You're doing
bit.
great, Nate. We're off to a great start.
But we're going to light up. This is a torpedo, so very excited.
Well, it's a promising start. I'll say that. We've, over the last 50 episodes or whatever we're at now, we've had some pretty poor starts, and this is at least a positive start, which is a nice change of pace from the last couple weeks that we've had, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
It's been a while since we last recorded, so.
That too. And we also, we typically do kind of the more budget end of cigars. We'll splash out for the special episode, like our 100th episode, we splashed out season premieres and season finales. We splash out, but we're trying to get through some of the, more affordable sticks so that people who want to get into the hobby can get into the hobby. We can be kind of the anti-gatekeepers. No question is too dumb because I've asked all of them of Mike. So, but you're joining us from Florida, Mike, right?
That is correct. Just outside of Orlando. I live in Orange City. We are located, the office, I guess, warehouse, whatever you want to call it, is in Deltona.
Sure.
Very nice.
I like
And
that
is
you
that
guys
background...
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, sir.
I like how you
go
guys
ahead.
don't do video. This is a nice change. I mean, I don't have pants on now, so this is great. nice and comfortable and everything.
Yep. Well, and we both Mike and myself work from home now, so pants are completely optional because whenever you're on like a web call or something, it's only chest up. So
Right. They can't see you anyway.
yeah, is my belly button showing right now? Nobody knows.
No. You look great. You're very thin. And I love that head of hair you have. It's so thick and luxurious. It's nice.
Yeah, mine.
Yes.
Yes. It was
Are you in a
hard one battle. I'm bald by choice, you know.
By
My
shave it
genetics
off?
choice, not mine.
Oh, your genetics choice. It's in the genes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I wish it were cool enough for me to wear the full like jeans
the denim.
outfit that Sydney did, but it also have to be like mid 80s, right?
It looked nice. It
1980s.
looked great on you. So where's your little studio at in your house? Is it bomb shelter-ish looking?
Me, yeah, I got to dress up the background. That's why we don't do video a whole lot because everyone's like, he's a prepper. He's, under the overpass or something.
Right.
This is actually my garage. I put a bathroom fan in above the workbench here so I can sit and smoke. For our first season, I was sitting out on the patio in like the winter with a condenser mic.
Oh.
So it was picking up everything. And it's like, why is editing suck so bad? Like there's dogs barking and moms swearing at their kids in the street. Fun
Where are you
times had by
located
all.
geographically?
Oh, I'm in Minneapolis.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
And then
cold.
Mike's a few hours north. So
Oh, my Lord.
Northern
Mike's
rural Minnesota.
Mike's
Yes.
studio looks like every designer and architect's room you've seen in a movie.
This is my four-season porch / office /
yeah, you'd never guess he's an
/
electrician with
library.
his architectural.
All the architect stuff back there behind him. That's great.
Yep.
Like
That's my office stuff.
Keanu Reeves, the lake house is what it looks like he's in.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one where he has to go check the mailbox all the time?
Right, yeah, where him and Sandra Bullock send mail through time.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't get a package delivered on time, but they're sending stuff through time. So, yeah, it's perfectly reasonable that way to work.
We should introduce to our listeners Mike a little bit. He has the moniker BDP, which I did go and seek out that other episode to listen about your story from there, and we can get into that if you want.
Sure.
But he's been over 5 years for the Cigar Hustlers podcast.
7.
7 now. Okay.
We're at 7, yeah.
And
okay.
You are the national sales manager since mid-2024?
Almost been exactly a year.
Okay.
So about this time last year. Unofficially, September 1st was the technical start date. But, there was 2 weeks of get new tires for the car, buying some new suits and that type of stuff.
Sure. The normal stuff.
Right.
So I, in my daytime role, I'm a sales enablement analyst. So I work with sales reps and sales managers and things. But usually if I don't hear from them, it's a good thing, right? So.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Here I am doing it for fun. Yeah. Just kidding. All right. And you've got extensive experience in retail, wholesale, content marketing, and you've worked with TNT Tobacco, Cigar Hustler Retail, and I'm still going to mispronounce it, Powstanie. Sorry. Mike should just be doing this, but
I've been involved with the guys in one way or another for the last 11 years in different facets of their different businesses.
Good. And Mike Palmer reached out to our Instagram and wanted to come on and smoke some cigars. And I guess we have to do this right now, Mike, right? The cigars were provided to us by Mike for no cost. Hopefully that's not going to impact our reviews of the cigars.
Hey, that was the deal. If I said cigars, they got better ratings, you guys said.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we'll edit this
little... edit that out. Edit that part out.
Quid pro quo out.
Right.
And,
cut that out.
By the way, I listened to episode 400 and 399 of your show. And thank you for the shout out on 399. That was nice.
You're welcome. I meant to do it on 400 also. I have to apologize. That one being our 400th episode got a little frazzled. And we normally record at 2:30 in the afternoon. Mikey called that morning and said, I'm on my way in. How about we do 11? And I wasn't even close to being ready. So the show, unfortunately, had to be thrown together quickly. And I didn't do any of the plugs in the beginning. So sorry about that. But you guys will get plugged next week again that I was on the show. So
perfect.
Awesome.
And I do, by the way, since we're going to talk about conspiracies potentially a little bit, I do think that the Sydney Sweetie situation was AstroTurf. Has to be, right? Has to be AstroTurf. There's no brand manager that would allow a controversy like that by accident, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably right. Yeah, they probably knew what they were doing. Or, like we talked about on the show, you can't even fathom the number of things that somebody's going to pick apart on your show. She's doing a jean commercial. She's wearing jeans, and she's talking about how good she looks in the jeans, not, her jeans, not GENES. So who knows?
That is also true.
I do know a large swath of the population in this country struggles with puns.
True. That's true. They don't understand them. You're right.
As a dad, I have to say that because once you become a dad, the puns start coming and
it's
you
like
can't
automatic.
really turn them
You're
off.
right.
So.
Right. And the kids always look at you and they don't understand them. So
yeah. Do you happen to have kids, Mike?
I have 4 boys. The oldest is just turned 30 and the youngest is 25.
Okay, cool.
I didn't know if he was 24 or 26, so I said 5.
Yeah, I've got a 5 and a 2-year-old, and what they don't tell you about knock-knock jokes and other kids' jokes is they have to have enough context to know why it's funny, and a lot of them are puns, and they don't know what the true word is supposed to be. So you deliver what's this like really corny kids joke, expecting them to laugh, and they don't have enough context to know why it's a pun yet.
Right, yeah.
It's like, okay.
When he gets to be about 12, he'll go, oh, yeah, Dad was very funny when I was 5. I get it now.
But I can always save it with a poop reference, so that always gets them laughing. So
that never stops, just so you know. When they get older, the poop still...
Yeah, it still hasn't stopped for me, and I'm almost 40.
Right, exactly. So. Exactly.
Much to the chagrin of my wife.
Oh, we could possibly be married to the same woman. My wife's the same way. She doesn't think I'm funny. Everybody else does. She doesn't. I keep telling her, you've got to be the one that's wrong.
Yes. Yeah. You're on the show, not her. So you have to be the funny one, right?
Exactly. Like, you don't have a podcast.
Here's the real question. Is your wife's name Sarah?
No. Is
that we'd have a trifecta.
Yeah,
my wife's
we're both
name's
married.
Sarah, and Nate's wife's name's Sarah.
Oh, really?
They're different
Wow.
Sarahs.
I mean,
They're
yes,
not the
yes, it
same
is.
Sarah.
Her name is
Yeah.
Sarah. Oh, it's not the same Sarah.
Yeah, not the same Sarah. I believe they were both born in 1988 too. So
Have you ever seen them together? Have you had them both at the same place at the same time?
We have. For a minute, we thought we were in the Paint Your Wagon with Lee Marvin and Clint Eastwood when they both are married to the same woman, and they have to, it's like a flip on the Mormonism.
Right. I have seen the movie. I just like your 5-year-old. I didn't get the joke. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you want to talk about your BDP nickname? It seems like that's the rage to get it over with, and then we can talk about your cigar you designed or launched, which was limited release,
sure.
and I don't think it's out anymore.
There are still some available if somebody would like some. We don't have a lot of them, but there are some.
Okay.
And now their price point is almost a budget cigar at $14. So, okay. So I run a Florida Cigar Club. It's an online cigar club. It's been around for 11 years now. We have between 2,000 and 3,000 members-ish. And I was at a Cigars International in Tampa with Mike Rosales from Romacraft and Mike Stepankevich, won't make you say that name, the owner of Powstanie, and we were just hanging out. Mike was in town for one reason or another. And we're three of us sitting there, and then this car sort of comes to a screech almost right outside the outside sitting area where we were. And this guy gets out of his car, hops over the hedge, walks up and starts shaking my hand and introducing himself to me. And he's telling me his name and who he is. And unfortunately, I don't remember. I still see him on Facebook and I know when I see him, but I don't remember his name. But he was in my cigar club and he was very excited to see me there or meet me or something still I don't understand exactly. But anyway, so he's telling me where he's been, what he bought at CI, what events he's going to, if I'm going to the events, would he see me at the events? And not to be rude, I introduced him to Mike Rosales. Hi, this is, let's just say his name is Bob. Bob, this is Mike Rosales from Romacraft. He's one of the owners. And this is Mike Stepankevich. He's one of the owners of Powstanie. And he turns and very nicely shakes their hand, shakes Mike's, and then shakes the other Mike's, then turns back and starts talking to me again. Something about his favorite cigar or something. And that goes on for a few minutes. He's completely oblivious now to the other two gentlemen that are there. He doesn't want to talk to them. He doesn't care who they are. His back is actually to them at this point. And and then eventually he says, well, my wife's expecting me. I should probably get going. I was like, well, okay, Bob. Thank you. Shaking his hand again. Thanks for meeting. It was lovely meeting you. I'll look for your post in the cigar club. I didn't know what else to say after that. He goes back, hops the little hedge, gets in the car, and drives off. Well, then Rosales turns to Mike and goes, because they're obviously two bigger people in the industry than I am. And he turns to Mike 1, turns to Mike 2, and goes, Palmer just big dicked us. Do you believe that? And, everybody got a laugh. And then when Mike got back to the office, apparently he told the story to Skip Martin, who just loved it. He thought it was hilarious that I upstaged those two guys. And he gave me the name Big Dick Palmer. And it is sort of stuck. There's still a lot of places where they call me BDP. Nobody actually calls me Big Dick, unfortunately. That part of it didn't.
Yes.
Didn't stick. But I am still called BDP in several nooks and crannies of the cigar industry, and I just can't get away with it. So then a couple of years later, or maybe a year later, Mike and Greg, it was a year where they didn't have much production coming in, so they were doing one-offs. They were doing these specials. They did one with Espinosa. They did one with Room 101. They did one, I don't remember the other one. So they asked me, hey, do you want to make a cigar? I go, okay, sure. I was at the height of my BDP fame at that point. I said, but we have to call it BDP. And they went, oh, obviously, yes, of course. Why would we call it anything else? Which turns out was not that great an idea, because when the word got out what it stood for, people were like, I'm not putting his dick in my mouth. What is it? What? I'm like, it's just a cigar.
Well, and I heard there's a little Easter egg on the label, too.
Yes, there are... I don't have one handy. When I designed the label, we hid penises in the band. So there are, I think, between 7 and 9 penises. And I have a graphic artist that I did other work with, and I asked him to do the band, and he said, sure, I'd love to do a cigar. So I'm telling you, so the first one he sends back just has dicks all over it. I mean, you can see them. They're not hidden. They're not, nothing. They're just these pink dicks all over the band. I'm like, no,
Yep.
That's not it. We need a little more discreet. He goes, kind of like a bachelorette party. And I go, okay, kind of. So he sends another one. And now they're just smaller dicks, but they're still everywhere. They're still all over the place. So now if you look at the band, if somebody's out there listening and they actually have one, if you look at the band and you cut it in half, it's a penis on the other side because it's kind of sausage shaped, and then it goes into the bulb, which would be the balls, I guess, of it. And the original design actually even had a notch at the end of it for your little pee hole. But when they cut it, the machine stamped it, they couldn't put that little notch in it. So there's two there. If you look inside of it, there's 3 or 4 that look sort of like filigree type things. But if you look close, they're also shaped like a penis. So yeah, that was, we didn't tell anybody at first. We just let it go out, and then the word got out, and then it became like a small contest with some people. They're like, oh, there's one. Like, no, that's not it. Nobody ever gets the one that the band is 2 penises back to back. Nobody gets that because they just, you don't think that big.
Yep.
Those are the 2 prominent ones. The other ones are little delicate little thingies hidden there. So yeah, we actually had one shop send them back. He placed an order. It's a good size order. I don't want to say the name of the shop because he's a friend of mine. But he sent them back. He's like, I can't sell this. I can't sell your dick. I can't tell people to put your dick in their mouth. I'm like, okay, fine. Send them back. We'll give you credit. We'll send you something else.
I mean, did you sit down and actually model for the graphic designer?
No, I sent pictures.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, right. So
I guess it's the modern age, right? I'm used to, sitting in front of a room full of people.
Well,
and it's cold.
I had a sculptor do the original one. Then we did a 3D model, and then had a photographer take photos, and
imported it into CAD so you can CGI it in different videos
spin it
and whatnot.
And make it move around and everything. Exactly.
See how the shadow falls across it.
Right. Special lighting to make it look bigger. Special lighting to make it look thicker. Because it is called big. So I mean, people expect.
Yeah. You're going to know it's in your mouth, I think.
Right. So we're trying to lean away. Now that I am a professional national salesman, we're sort of trying to lean away. Mikey would like to lean away from the moniker BDP, but I don't think it's ever going to go. Yeah, it's never going to go away completely.
No, it's like one of those gangster nicknames or something, like Little Tony, and he's some 8-foot guy, with a baseball bat.
Right, yeah, in the back rooms of cigar shops where, people don't go every day, they still mention BDP. There he is. Look, he's walking in. It doesn't look that big. So what do you guys think of the cigar so far? You've been smoking it for about 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, so far I like it. What about you, Mike?
I like it. It's got a really nice woody note that's very consistent throughout. And then I'm getting kind of peaks that are coming and going. It's nuanced. I like it. It's definitely more complex than some of the cigars that we smoke, given that we smoke like $2 cigars along with $20 cigars. So
yeah, I think we have to clarify that it's different from a lot of the cigars we smoke on the show. When we're not on the show, we tend to smoke, I don't know, we're not smoking $2 cigars in our backyards, I don't think. So,
what is a $2 cigar nowadays? I'm not even working. Is that like a gas station cigar, like a White Owl or something?
Oh, no. You can get hand-rolled cigars for $2 a piece if you order online and you get a sale. Yeah, you get like a 20-pack of these.
Oh, wow. So
you get a 20-pack of these $2
cigars.
Cigars. Yeah, exactly. Is
that from one of the
some of them
are
good?
One of the big box things, CI, JR, smoking, that stuff.
Yep, Thompson, you got it. All that stuff. I live in a very rural place where we had a cigar lounge many years ago, and of course it closed because there's not enough people out in the middle of the sticks to support a real lounge. So I've had to kind of rely on mail order.
Sure.
And that's kind of where the idea came from, because getting into cigars, putting $15 down on a stick is probably intimidating at first.
Sure.
So we're like, well, we'll try cheap ones. I usually try to do $5-6, but if I can get them for $2, I'm going to buy them if they're hand rolled and just see if they're okay. Some of them have been pretty good. Most of them are not.
You never know. So all those aren't bad. I mean, you can find some good ones, I'm sure. I'll smoke anything while I'm cutting the grass. I mean, the guys also own a cigar shop, so there's broken goods all the time, and they know I get all the broken goods. Crack caps or the wrappers. And they're like, "What are you doing?" They go, "I'm going to cut the grass and smoke it, and then about 3/4 away, I'm going to throw it in front of the mower and watch it go, watch it shoot out the back end of the lawnmower."
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, that is one of the subcategories of cigar that we got yard cigars, we have fishing cigars, we have golf cigars, we have lounge cigars,
right?
Fire cigars, something you just throw away and walk away. Who cares? But
Right. Yeah, you're not going to throw a $17 cigar in front of the lawnmower, generally speaking, unless it's bad.
No.
And it's still at 17. If it's bad, you still might smoke it all the way. So
I will, so I can complain about it later.
There you go. Right. This will be great on the show. This sucks. Wait till I tell them about this one. What's the best $2 cigar you guys have smoked? Do they have names, or they're just called like Bundle Pack A?
Oh,
I don't
they have
imagine they're
names.
banded.
Oh, they have
he's got it right
names.
there on his phone. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going into his phone for those of you who can't see.
Usually they're less than 8. So I went to Chicago recently and went to a cigar shop there, and they had some New World cigars for $5 a stick. That's great. They're here in Minneapolis.
New World bundles or just like regular New Worlds?
It was the New World Navigante Robusto.
Oh.
We really like that one. Here it's $11 or $12 in Minneapolis, but at that shop it was $5. I don't know Mike does all of our cigar procurement, and I do all the tech stuff. So I don't know what all these cost, but we liked the Nest Connecticut Toro. It was one we rated really highly.
Yeah, so Dooku, Duque, was a $2 cigar.
Yeah, the Duque.
And we rated it, the Duque.
The Duque.
I rated it at 3.5 out of 5. And that's,
Wait,
for a $2 cigar.
Was that the Dunbarton Duque?
I'll have to look. Probably. I don't know.
Not for that.
Just,
how much was it?
it wasn't a branded cigar. I mean, it was a Duque.
Oh, okay. There's probably an idea.
So,
because Duque, isn't that the name of the Hawaiian gentleman who hangs out with Steve Saka? I believe it is. And he just came out with a cigar couple of months ago that he named after him. I'm sure it's not. That can't.
Oh, okay. It's not that. No. It's nothing
because,
that fancy.
Yes,
nothing that fancy.
A Dunbarton cigar does not cost, in single digits. So
no. These Duques, you can get bundles of them for like $15.
Oh, gotcha.
They're super cheap. And then we had really good luck with what the heck are those called? Those flavor ones, the Tatianas.
Yeah.
And they are
Tatianas
borderline
are
on a gas station cigar.
Better than fine, I guess. We like I think you got the Hoya Black for pretty cheap, if I remember. And I remember that's one that stuck
That's
out
true.
to me that
the
we
Hoya
liked a
Black.
lot.
I like the Hoya Black.
Are these ones like you're finding in the bin or something? These don't sell, so we're buy 5 for 20 or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Because
Exactly.
some of these are pretty big names where you wouldn't think it would be a $5 cigar.
Yeah,
Almost all the
Mike
cigars that we've
watches
had
for
on the
deals.
show.
Sure.
Yeah, I just wait for deals and then we try them. So
Yeah.
Well, and you heard internet train track rumblings, right? For the Nest Connecticut or whatever.
Yes.
The internet
Yep.
really liked that one as a lower cost cigar, so we tried that one.
and I got those dirt cheap. I got them before the hype. So
Wow. Good for you.
keep your eyes open. Yeah. It's a part-time job.
What is this program we're using? I'm not familiar with this one. What's it called?
This is called NWeCaster, and it's open source, and the guy who does it is very responsive, but basically you get they're not a sponsor, but if anyone else is trying to start a podcast, this one works really well because we tried the one that the BBC used, and it kept cutting out, and it would delete all of our recording. So we could be an hour into an episode and it would cut out and it's all gone. And this one stores all the files locally on like your browser, Mike's browser, my browser, and then it uploads in the background. So we never lose anything. If you drop out and come back, all your audio is still there. We don't ever lose anything, which is great. And it's $10 a month for unlimited recording. Or you can pay per minute downloaded. But I just pay the $10 because if we do however many episodes a month. So
Right.
And he's constantly updating. So the video stuff, we did an episode with Gravy from the UK, and the video was not where I would have liked to see it because it didn't. At that time, he didn't have the video sync with the audio, and then the video format was some weird format. And I'm a film guy, so I do video editing and video stuff in my free time when I'm not podcasting or taking care of 2 young kids. But it was a weird format and like variable frame rate, and I'm like, I don't know if there's any way I can possibly match up the mouths and the audio. Right. But now he's done the update where everything syncs. All the video files are there in normal video files, not weird video files. So, but we've had people call in on their phone and use this. It's,
really? It still works
in browser, so it works on the phone. It works. I run Linux. Mike runs Apple, and we've had people on Windows, so it's not.
That's great. I mean,
Not a
the
big deal.
picture's really clear and it sounds good. So we record audio and video separately because we've always had a
sure.
problem with one or the other. And there have been times where I have to do it the old way where you have to sync it up. It takes forever.
Yeah.
And there was one program we were using where the speed was off. So, there was no way to line it up. It was just impossible. But
Sure. I know there's a lot of the newer video editing programs have an auto sync.
CapCut, we use CapCut now, and CapCut has that option.
Okay.
As long as the video has some type of audio for it to match with. It doesn't seem to match to the mouth. It matches to the sound of it. So the way we record the sound from the video, it's terrible. It's grainy. It sounds like everybody's talking almost underwater. But it's clear enough that CapCut can sync the two up. And it seems to work. It's some weeks there's not any sound at all of the video, and then that's where I have to move it a little left, move it a little left. Oh, too far. Move it back
Sure.
to the right. Right.
Yep.
Sure.
Do you guys run off a mixing board or something or an interface?
We have a Rodecaster Pro audio, and then we use an ATM ISO board for the video. And we're currently doing 2 cameras because Mikey's a fanatic, and every time we get a little bit of money, he spends it on more equipment. So we have had 4 cameras at one time, but the video was not up to his standards, so we had to get better cameras. Better cameras mean more expensive. More expensive means now we're down to 2 cameras again. We don't have 4 anymore. So
Yep.
there's me and Mike, and then we have a guy that runs the board and he does the cameras. So he doesn't get a camera right now because we can't afford another camera.
Oh, sure. I know a lot of the cameras, and this might only help for syncing it later, but a lot of the cameras have a mic in port, so you could pull off your board and run directly into the camera, so then it would sync at least.
Yeah, I've tried doing that. Right now, our Rodecaster Pro feeds into the ATM ISO board, and it's enough where it captures some sound, but that's where it's kind of staticky. And we can't figure out what it is, so luckily the CapCut now syncs it up. It's just an extra step, and that takes little to no time when you just go click click and boop, and there it's done.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it seems like every time, I don't know, I've got some friends that do like music and other audio things, and I talk to them, and every time I talk to them, I find myself looking at newer microphones and newer setups, and then it's like I'm dropping off new mics and new hardware stuff for Mike, and he's like, what is all this stuff and how do I use it? And I'm like, well, we're all going to sound the same.
Right. Yeah, we've had the Shure mic that I'm using tonight. We've had these for a while. These seem to work for us. We haven't had to upgrade those, but the video keeps having to do. When we started doing this, we made a production company. It's called Mike and Mike Productions, and they owned the podcast basically. And we had a little studio. We had 2 studios. We had a back studio that was really nice, and then we had a front studio, and I ran other people's podcasts for them. We had a couple. We had 2 black gentlemen that did sort of this very, very street, very ethnic type show at night, and they wanted the lights red in the studio, and they on the soundboard there were sound clips I was hitting that I did not have any idea what the people were saying or what they were.
Sure.
And then we did a political show. 2 local politicians came in once a week and did the Smoking Truth podcast, where they just tore up local politicians, local topics and things. And then I'm telling you this because you mentioned music. So our engineer felt that we could do music. So he talked this man into paying us to let his daughter come in and sing and record it. And since I'm the tech expert of the group, which is funny in itself, I sat. We had recording sessions. Yeah, right. We had recording sessions with this man and his daughter for like 3 weeks, twice a week or something. I forget what he paid, but it was not. He did not get what it was worth. I mean, and there's a cute little girl, but she was not. This was her dream or daddy's dream. I don't know exactly, but I had to I had to put reverb in and bring the music down because she wasn't quite singing loud enough sometimes, and pick certain songs she knew words to. It was just unbelievable. So music recording is a completely different animal.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I don't know do you do most of or do you have somebody else that does the post editing on your shows, or is it you?
That is me. I do all the editing.
Sure.
We have the shop has a private lounge. We gave up the studio. Actually, we didn't pay because they own a strip center, the guys do, and we actually just took the smallest unit, and we paid rent for about a year when we had the 2 shows we were doing where we had a little bit of money coming in. And then as the shows sort of stopped and went away, our Patreon show made enough money to pay the power bill and the internet, and so we just stopped paying rent to his brother. So
Okay.
after about a year, he's like, "You guys have to pay rent." We're like, "No, we're not. We can't. We're not going to." So we got evicted, and now we record in the shop's private lounge. It's a 24-hour access private lounge that was actually next to the studio, and that gives us a different background. It seems to work better. It looks nicer, but that also means that every week I have to set the equipment up, and then I have to break the equipment down. And we do 2 shows a week. We do the regular podcast, which comes out on Tuesdays, and then we do a Patreon that comes out on Thursdays. So we do the shows back to back every Monday afternoon. We sit in there for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and just do the shows for the week.
Sure.
So, and then all those shorts that you see all week long, Mikey does those. He's learned how to use CapCut. Yeah, he's learned how to use CapCut really well. I tried doing it, and he kept complaining that mine weren't as good as his. So I went, fine, I'm done. This is your part of the deal now. So it takes him a good 2 full days to do the 5 to 7 clips that he punches out. Because, I mean, they're great. He puts in the special effects. He adds sound effects, the camera spins. Yep. I don't know how to do half the stuff he can do on CapCut with those. But that has brought us more subscribers on YouTube than the regular show was. Yeah. They say the biggest problem with the shorts is, because we have found this out, people go, "Oh, I love your shorts. I watch them every week." "Oh, do you watch the show?" No, I just watch the shorts. It doesn't make, our thinking was, we do these great little shorts, we make them funny, and then they're going to watch the whole show. No, they just want to watch the funny parts that he does with the clips.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, we pretty much just do the full episodes. We've started doing some of the, we've done some cutting room floor stuff that, doesn't fit the topic of the episode sometimes, and we'll take that and we put that on our Patreon for our 1 follower. And yeah, and then we've been doing the spice rack, so stuff that's like in the course of the episode, if it's a little too spicy, to be PC fully or whatever, because we have to kind of balance between like stuff that we enjoy and find funny and stuff that helps us attract more listeners. So
sure,
we figure if you're paying us, you can stand to hear some hot takes, I guess, right?
Out of the 400 shows, we have 2 shows that never aired, and we have 3 shows that we had to cut stuff out of because the guest said something that we felt would have been detrimental to them in public.
Sure.
So we had Pedro on from Drew Estate, and he came. We did the show after an event there at the shop, so he was in his cups a little bit for the shop, during the event. So when we did the podcast, he was speaking a little too freely, and he just wasn't coming. He wouldn't have come out well. We didn't think so. We just trashed that whole episode.
Yep.
But we did grab him for the soundboard for a while, where with some of the funny things that he said. And then we had an older gentleman who used to hang out at the shop. He has since passed, but we wanted to have him on before he passed. And he was telling stories and stuff. And not that they were racial or anything comments, but because of his age, it's just the way they talked. We didn't want that to be what people remembered about him.
Yes. And
then, after he passed, his wife thanked us for doing the show. She kept a copy of the show, and from the last I heard, she listens to it on occasion. I'm sure she didn't want to hear him say, something about men being stronger than women or whatever he had said. It was a little misogynistic, but
oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a different era back then.
Yep. Yeah, and that's how they talked, and the intent likely wasn't that, but it sounds like that was
right. But it could come
to the
somebody
average
could
listener.
Take
It sounds
that
like
way.
that was
right. Like Sydney Sweeney in her jeans. They think now she's a white supremacist. So
well, her initials are SS, and that is definitely not a coincidence.
Oh wow! Look at that. Yeah. Wow, you are a deep diver up there, aren't you?
I love it. I love conspiracies. They're so fun. It's just entertaining. Anyway, we have a cigar check because I'm about halfway. I think everybody else is.
I think it's amazing. I love it. It's a nice medium-bodied Habano.
Yes, you heard it here first. The national sales manager thinks this cigar is amazing. You should buy box upon box of it.
This is actually in our line. This is my not one of my favorites. Out of all of them we have, this would probably be, ranked at the bottom of my choice. If I had, if I laid them all out, this would be second to the end, if not the last one. Just Habano just doesn't hit me right. But tonight, for some reason, I don't know, I've got some Crystal Light here. I don't know if that's making it just seem a little bit sweeter, or maybe it's just not strong enough because this is our medium-bodied cigar. But it's still a good stick, and our stuff is made at the Nicosueña factory or the Roma Craft factory, so there's never a production problem, never a quality issue with any of our stuff. But what do you guys think? Enough about me. I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad, really, but what do you guys think?
I like it so far. I think, Mike, you were right earlier with the complexity. My smell and taste are not up to the level of most other people's from what I've found, but it's got kind of a hint of spice, I feel. through it, which I like. And yeah, I think it's a really good cigar so far.
Do you guys do those flavor note things? I don't do that. I can't.
I don't. Sometimes we do if it's like really pronounced, but we're not doing like the wine tasting. Like, yeah, if I hold it in the back of my mouth, then I can taste a little bit of BDP's left testicle on this BDP stick.
Right, exactly. Right. It's the right one, by the way, that's in it, but that's fine.
Oh, see, I told you my taste buds are way off.
Yeah,
so
right or left.
I knew I was in the general region, though. So
yes, they're very similar. So
I'll do the flavor notes a little bit, but not. We don't get crazy. This isn't about smelling our own farts or anything like that, right? So it's like that's just not what we're here to do, right?
I'm gonna use that. I like that. I'm not smelling my own farts over here, but
yeah, I'm not from Minneapolis. Yeah, my wife is, not me. So I love you, honey. But I like it. It's got layers to it, and it's got different notes, and it's definitely got a strong wood note and a creaminess to it, and there's like a tang that kind of goes in and out and waves in and out. It's very nice. It's a very pleasant cigar.
You're only the second guy that's mentioned creaminess. I've got a guy at a shop over in Claremont that says he gets that they're creamy to him too. So, and once he mentioned it, now you just mentioned it, I get that also, but I didn't originally. When Charlie Minato did our San Andreas, he said it tasted like teriyaki chicken. And I don't know where he got teriyaki chicken. I mean, they described teriyaki chicken, brown rice, soy sauce. He must have been eating Chinese for dinner or something, because it made me hungry when I read the description. It was very, very detailed. But Charlie and Brooks and those guys, they get into it. Like, it tastes like Trick cereal. It tastes like, the marshmallows in the Lucky Charms. Not the Lucky Charms, but the marshmallows. Before they get into the milk, it tastes like that. Some of this stuff,
that's above and beyond. Yeah,
I think some of this stuff people just make up. I mean, I don't know.
I'm going to pour the box wine into the bottle and then pretend that it's from the bottle, you know?
Right. Well, and individual tastes are so varied and different, I think one of the reasons we started this podcast was we enjoyed smoking cigars, drinking beer, whiskey, and then like talking about anything or everything. And there are some cigars you smoke and they're either so bad that you can't really focus on a deep conversation, or, they're so good that you can really get deep, or you just end up kind of talking about the cigar or lost in your own thoughts and there's not so much talking. And I think this one with its complexity lends itself well to one of the deeper philosophical cigar conversation type of talks.
Right.
Because it's not overpowering, but it's got enough complexity where you can really get into it and get into that. You have different conversations smoking a cigar than you do 3 minutes smoking a cigarette out in a rainstorm or around a campfire versus on a hike. So it's one of those kind of building that experience, I suppose.
Well, it sounds very fancy.
Well, he's a cheesehead that moved to Minneapolis, so he's acquired some of their negative ways, I think.
Oh. Fred Rui's a big cheesehead. He's from Green Bay area or something. See, Minneapolis, where are you guys close to Lake Country Cigars? Is that further north? I think that's Wisconsin. Never mind. You guys are in Minnesota.
Yeah, we're both in Minnesota now, but
right. You get above the Mason-Dixon line. I don't know where
the western side of Wisconsin. But my grandfather was fire chief of Oshkosh for many, many years, and he lived there his whole life. And we went there, and we'd always go up to Green Bay for Chili John's, which is now sadly out of business and stuff. So I'm not overly familiar with that whole region over there, but I've known a little bit. So
Mike, with the conspiracy theories, are pigeons real? Or are pigeons little robots that are flying around recording all of us?
I think that pigeons used to be real, and then market hunters killed them all off. Yeah. And then the government used that as an excuse to create robotic pigeons in the 1940s, and now they're fully computerized with surveillance cameras.
Ooh.
That's great. I love that one. That's not my favorite one, though. That's not my favorite one.
Oh, wait. Okay, we're going to get in a minute. I used to do a lot of work in China and went to China for many, many years. There's no birds over there because they ate them all. Once you get out of Hong Kong, you don't see birds anywhere in the country.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right, what's your favorite conspiracy?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
All right, my favorite conspiracy.
No, finish your thought. Finish your thought.
Oh, Oh, I was going to say that's a similar story that happened here to the passenger pigeon, which is now extinct. And we almost did that to the greater Canadian goose. There was only one flock in the 1970s, and now there's 500,000 that live full time in the state of North Dakota. So,
yeah, I lived in Michigan for quite a while. We had the Canadian geese used to show up in the wintertime and shit everywhere. I mean, they just shit everywhere.
Yeah, and they're mean.
They're mean. Geese are mean by nature. Doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter what country they're from. They're very aggressive.
Yeah, the Canadian part of the name is a bit of a misnomer, I think, because aren't Canadians supposed to be polite?
Yeah, you think so, right? I don't know. There's no real Mounties left anymore either. There's no real Mounties in Canada.
What? What do you mean?
Nope. I used to do another podcast that did. We did a show 4 days a week, and we did different stories. And my co-host for the days I was on was a lady from Canada, and I did a story about Mounties, and she's like, "We don't really have those anymore. They don't wear the red suit and the tan pants with the funny hats. I mean, they do have some, but very, very few."
Well, why would we go there then?
That's what I said. I said I'm never coming. The things I want to see, you say you don't have.
That's the number one tourist.
Right. You don't all live in log cabins. You don't all wear black and red flannel. I'm not coming up there anymore. Okay, Mike, favorite conspiracy theory. What is it?
All right. So this was popular right around the time of the oil boom in North Dakota. So 15, 16, right after it was dying. And there's a great conspiracy because people from California, for some reason, they don't think that there's two states that have Dakota in them. They think that the Dakotas is just one area. So the conspiracy was that there is no such state as North Dakota. It doesn't exist. It's only imaginary. And South Dakota exists because everybody's been to Rushmore. But North Dakota doesn't exist, and nobody's ever met anybody who's from North Dakota, right? Because these people from California.
He's right.
Yeah, there's only 400,000 native North Dakotans. So you probably have never met a North Dakotan.
No.
So of course it's not real. It's not real. It can't be real.
You're right. Nobody goes there.
Else? Yeah, nobody goes there. Why would you?
I have to look up now. What is North Dakota famous for? Let's see what it says.
I mean, I could tell you. I lived there for like 12 years, 13 years, something like that.
Don't ruin this for me, Mike. Half the fun is the search.
Google the show, everybody. Put it on your bingo card.
Where's the Corn Palace, Mike? Where's the Corn Palace?
Mitchell, South Dakota.
South Dakota. So see, South Dakota does have everything.
Yeah, it has all the things.
You haven't lived until you've wanted to kill yourself in the Corn Palace. I mean, until you've visited the wonder that is the Corn Palace.
All right, I got 26 things that North Dakota is famous for. Oh, these are all stupid. Famous for its Native American culture. Can't see that. That could be anywhere. Scandinavian heritage, same thing. It's not a thing. It's not a place. It's just a thing. Animal statues, Rough Rider state. Yeah, there's no thing that, not, like a Mount Rushmore or a Statue of Liberty or...
Nope. It's got the International Peace Garden, which is nice, so I've been told. I lived right next to it, never went to it. That's how great it is. And
they're famous for the Badlands. The Badlands, that could be anywhere too.
Yep.
Oh, the actual park is in South Dakota. Never mind. They own it.
There's a Badlands Park in North Dakota, too. Teddy Roosevelt is in North Dakota. And they have a huge grasslands area that you can overland and camp and do all kinds of fun stuff on. It's actually pretty fun. I lived out in Watford City area for a while.
Is that just where we keep all the Indians now, it seems like?
They're all on the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara Nation. Or
the what? The Harandan.
Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara.
And you can't say
three
Powstanie?
Different tribal units. That's right. I could say Powstanie.
The most snow angels. That's not a thing either. This is ridiculous. You're right. Now there's no North Dakota.
Yeah, there's no North Dakota.
No, you converted him, Mike. You converted him.
You converted me. I agree. There is no North Dakota. Oh, I'm going to get a shirt made. There is no North Dakota. Prove me wrong.
I found this one video on one of our episodes. We talked about it. This guy thought we were living in a simulation, which isn't that weird. But then he believed that if you swallow gum every 7 years, it keeps you from being rebooted within the simulation.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess. So then we launched off on that. But my favorite conspiracy theory that I didn't know about until Mike did conspiracy theories about Johnny Ringo, cowboy from Wild West, OK Corral era stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay, I guess, Mike, that means I'm the only one who had never heard of Johnny Ringo before because BDP obviously has.
You've never seen...
Or Big Nose Kate, apparently.
I don't get out much.
You haven't seen the movie Tombstone? He's going to be Doc Holliday's Huckleberry or whatever the hell he says. Johnny Ringo, I believe someone's walked over.
Yeah, I have to watch the movie again, I guess. I only watch Paint Your Wagon, with Lee Marvin. I told you guys this at the beginning.
Lee Marvin, right. Right, I'm sorry. That's right. You did mention that. My apologies.
But my favorite conspiracy theory is that Big Nose Kate is the one that actually killed Johnny Ringo. But nobody thinks that but me. But because I think that would be an interesting storyline.
Oh, I don't know who Big Nose Kate is. Is that a woman or a guy? That's a woman, obviously, Kate?
Well, Mike would know better, but she does not really have a big nose.
Ah, like BDP. I don't really have a big... yeah, I got it. I understand. It happens
Well,
in the names.
the
names you get, people put names on you and they just sort of stick.
Yep. Well, and
They're
it's not the
famous for
size that
cold
matters.
weather.
It's the motion of the ocean. Palmer is too long of an acronym to say,
right.
so...
Right. Yeah, it's right. Be a much bigger cigar.
Yeah.
It is a Toro Extra, just so you know.
Yes.
You guys are saying. So it is slightly bigger. Made by Z from Cordova Morales helped me make the cigar. And then the story is the tobacco comes from the island of Nauru, which is the smallest island in the Micronesian Islands, is where we found the tobacco for that cigar.
Is that the tobacco is picked by blind monks, right?
Yes. Female blind monks.
Yes.
Very unique.
Well, there's no
Very
other
unique.
kind, is there?
Right, exactly.
When you're talking picking tobacco, I mean.
Right. They do it by feel because they can't see it. Now Mike looks like a conspiracy theory podcast. Look at him. He's backlit. He's just a silhouette now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That we're
He turned his
predicting
light
his
board on.
identity
My camera's
now
not,
that we've moved to the nighttime hours here in Central Time Zone. We're going to throw a voice modulator on too so nobody knows who's saying these outlandish
who he
things
is.
about birds and no North Dakota.
How about aliens, Mike? You believe in aliens?
Well, I mean, statistically, assuming that we're not the only planet in the universe, it's not unlikely that there's alien life somewhere. Whether or not they've been to this Earth is highly debatable. It's unknown. Unknowable, really.
What about that object that physicist claims is some type of alien craft that is flying through our solar system on a mission to learn more about us? We talked about that on episode 400. That came out last week.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of things going on politically right now that the government would rather not have people be talking about. And anytime the government doesn't want you talking about something, magically some new glittery object just appears.
Look over here. Don't pay attention to what's going on over here in the government. Watch over here.
Yeah.
Look,
don't talk about the I word or the E word. Don't say those two words, and then we'll talk about the aliens. You know what I mean?
About the aliens again. All right, North Dakota's famous for a tater tot hot dish. What is that?
That is a lie. Minnesota is famous for tater tot hot dish. Those North Dakotans, they stole it from us because they're just a subsidiary of Minnesota. That's all
I'm from
they
Wisconsin,
are. They got
so
oil,
I like
and that's
beer
it.
and cheese. But tater tot hot dish is pretty baller. So
What is a tater tot hot? It looks just like tater tots in a casserole dish. There's nothing on
yeah,
it.
everywhere else calls it a casserole, and only here in like Wisconsin, Minnesota, possibly Iowa, is it called a hot dish.
A hot dish.
Yeah, everything good is underneath. It's like ground beef with peas, maybe some green beans, and some cream sauce.
Are you blaspheming the tater tot? Everything good is underneath? What?
That's what he said. Everything good is underneath the tater tot. What is a chipper? They're famous for chippers.
It's like shit on a shingle, if I remember correctly.
It's a potato chip covered in creamy chocolate, traditionally in your choice of white, dark, or light chocolate.
Interesting. I know they have good Fleischkekle, but that's regional. Fleischkekle is like a hamburger.
Fleischkekle?
Fleischkekle.
What is-
Fleischkekle.
What is that?
Is that
It is
that
similar
French
to a
word that means
pasty.
oral sex?
Finally, a reason to go to
it's
North
like
Dakota.
Yes.
Exactly.
Tourism is open.
Tourism now just took a peak. It's going up. They invented tacos in a bag.
Are the walking
you
tacos?
get the corn chip bag and walking tacos. It says they invented taco in a bag.
They do that everywhere here, though. I feel like they're just taking all the things from the Midwest and claiming it as North Dakota invented it.
Well, it's fake, so they've got to do something.
Yeah. North Dakota has a lot of Native Americans, just like everywhere else in the northern tier of states where there are Native Americans as the main minority group.
And they're big on tacos? Indians are big on tacos?
Indian tacos. The
favorite hobby of North Dakotans is to edit Wikipedia articles to claim that North Dakota invented the thing. So Wi-Fi was invented by North Dakota.
Oh.
They did have a Microsoft campus in North Dakota. I mean, they did. So apparently they invented something there, I'm sure.
Everything on the list you can find other places, like sunflowers. They invented sunflowers. They have more sunflowers than anybody else. These are all ridiculous.
It doesn't exist. They have to make up something.
Right. I'm in with you. It's not there.
There's a famous picture. And of course, is highly edited. But it has the picture of welcome to South Dakota. And then there's right next to it, there's a picture of welcome to Canada.
You just drive right through. Oh, how about the moon landing? You think the moon landing was fake, Mike?
I didn't say I believe in conspiracies. I said I'm a big fan.
Oh, okay. So you just like that they talk about it. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I enjoy
I'm trying to
them.
get the temperature of our relationship here. I'm trying to know.
I like Mike's spin on
yeah.
it better, where you actually believe all these conspiracy theories, and you're just kind of testing the waters. You're like, oh, I heard this really crazy one. I don't know where I heard it from, but some people believe, and it's just Mike trying to get me on board with also believing the same crazy things he does.
He's just making stuff up now. Okay, how about this one? Space beam started the California wildfires.
Oh, that is just so ridiculous. I mean,
That
the people
one's ridiculous.
that is similar.
We have robot pigeons,
That is similar.
but this is ridiculous.
Robot pigeons. I mean,
He
anybody
actually
who's
does the
shot a
maintenance on the
pigeon
robot
knows that
pigeons.
they're.
He's the one that services them.
Yeah, I do. I'm a maintenance
right.
tech. That's how I got my career start.
Yeah, right in the cloaca.
No, that was there was a conspiracy going around when Texas had power outages a couple years back during the ice storms, and the conspiracy was that all of the wind towers somehow stopped working, so the grid crashed. And I really liked that one because it's so misinformed. Anybody in the industry that I'm in knows why Texas had massive power outages. It's readily apparent to anybody with any amount of background knowledge. They just don't want to say it on the news because it makes Texas look bad, and nobody wants to do that. But yeah, it's funny. I enjoy those things. And that's like the California wildfires. Like they have 25% of the linemen that they need to maintain their electric grid. So they're going to have breakages, and those breakages are going to cause fires. That is a fact. They need
That's
more
California.
people, and they just don't. That's California. Yeah.
They should just blame everything on North Dakota.
Oh yeah, well, North Dakota took all the
nobody there,
people that
so-
are qualified to work.
Yeah, we should all.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah.
Sorry I was late for dinner, honey. North Dakota, that's just the way it goes. So what did North Dakota do? Everything, honey. Everything bad starts in North Dakota.
Yeah, I've just been saying thanks, Obama, for like 12 years. I should just say thanks, North Dakota.
Right. Wow, that's so weird. Now I don't think there's a North Dakota. How'd the podcast do? What'd you guys talk about? Do you guys know there's no North Dakota? It's not a thing. Do you guys talk about
Not a thing.
cigars? We did, but it was North Dakota cigars. Go ahead, Mike. What?
I was gonna say, have you ever met somebody from North Dakota?
No.
Like somebody who was born there? No, it's because there's nobody there. Because it doesn't exist.
Wow.
I lived there for 12 years. I never dated one girl from North Dakota, not once. Half a dozen from South Dakota, Colorado, Minnesota, Wisconsin.
You
whatever.
lived there for 12 years?
Yeah, I did.
So you were in North Dakota?
Yeah. I lived in North Dakota for years.
Well, now I know somebody from North
It wasn't
Dakota.
really North Dakota, though, Mike. It was like some warehouse, wasn't it? That's what they call it. It's like Area 51, but he's in North Dakota.
Right.
You
He's in
can't
the Truman
find
Show.
me.
Right.
Yeah, warehouse 13
Witness
and a half.
protection program or
Did
something.
they give you a lot of vitamin D because there's no real sun there?
Intravenous.
Right.
Intravenous.
When you're sleeping from
Yep.
the aliens?
They put it in the meth.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
This has been fun. I like all these conspiracy theories.
conspiracy theories are great. I usually do whole episode topics about, like, I'll just pick a random conspiracy. We covered Mussolini. There's a bunch of conspiracies about his death.
Yeah.
Johnny Ringo, we did that. We did the gum lasting 7 years in your stomach and preventing you from being in the Matrix. All sorts of things. It's entertaining.
I'm trying to think last time I swallowed gum. I don't think I have because I've always thought, it's going to be in every 7 years.
We did do one. It's not really a conspiracy theory as it is an unsolved crime, but we had a guest on to talk all about the D.B. Cooper hijacking. So we have to ask, what were you doing over the Thanksgiving period in 1971?
Me?
Is that you, D.B. Cooper? I mean, D.B. Cooper, BDP, little similar, don't you think?
1971? I would have been 5. So I'm not that old. But you're right, though. I see the connection.
Stage makeup. Could be.
Yeah, it's true. Stage makeup, prosthetics to make me look taller.
I can tell you that after that episode, I accused my father of being D.B. Cooper, despite the fact that he was in Korea.
My dad
Gotta do it.
worked for Kmart before a long time ago, but he has since passed. But he was when he retired, he was a senior buyer for one of the departments, and he used to travel all over the world and stuff. And there was always rumors that Dad was in the CIA because he went Like, he went into China when you don't go to China. Taken around in government cars, stayed in government housing. You know, they didn't have hotels or anything yet. He went to Cuba one time just because he said he wanted to go to Cuba, where he had to go up to Canada. He hooked up with these other guys and then fly down to Cuba. And then him and Mom one year took this cruise. They took a lot of cruises, but they took a cruise that went through Europe. And when they went to Russia, where they were supposed to get off the boat, he got some type of stomach bug and was sequestered to his room the entire time they were in Russia. They wouldn't let him leave his cabin because they said he would have infected the rest of the ship. There was so he did work in China, which is how I got involved. There was one factory that I went to that he did business with, and on the wall there was a picture of George Bush. There was a picture of Obama, and then my dad's picture was in between them on the wall.
Wow.
Ooh.
So, yeah. And then as he got older and closer to death, he got dementia pretty bad, and he used to always they lived on a golf course, and he would say there were people watching him. You know, those guys outside, they're looking for me. So there was some weird stuff involved with him as he went going. And we never. Oh, and then right before he died, he had an office in the house. He went through his office one day and shredded everything. All his files from all his years at Kmart and everything and all the drawers. I mean, he emptied the office. There was nothing left in there. So
that is a great conspiracy. I love it. I want it to be true.
Oh, yeah, we all want it to be true. We all just assume it was. Right. It's so weird. One of the factories he did business with, there was a fire next door, and the fire was in a packaging factory. So a lot of paper and stuff. And his factory he was working with was a wood factory. So the local police came and took a bunch of the employees and took them to the police station, was trying to get them to confess to starting the fire in the packaging factory. Like, they were beating them up and stuff. So Dad flew over there, put on a double-breasted suit, and the factory owner, who was his really good friend, took him down to the police station with me, and he told me this story. He goes, I don't know what they were talking about. I was just told to stand there with my arms crossed and look very upset. And he left with all the employees. They just let him go. He still, when he told me the story, he goes, still to this day, I have no idea what he was telling that man. But they gave him all the employees. And, and they come out with bruises and that kind of stuff where they had beaten him up, trying to get him to confess to the fire.
High-end white monkey job.
Right. Who knows? So where you guys at on the cigar? We can't see
Mike.
Mike.
1 inch and a half left.
Can't see Mike at all
Mike?
now.
Where are
He's
you
in conspiracy theory.
I'm in conspiracy mode.
It's a nice shadow. Is that a cigar, Mike?
Yeah, exactly.
Turn
It's all you need to see.
So we can see it sideways. We can see it.
You have good lighting for the moon landing that Stanley Kubrick filmed in Arizona. What I want to know is, if they didn't land on the moon, how is it that there's reflectors on the moon that you can hit with lasers?
Right. Because they did that on Big Bang Theory.
Because you can do that.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory they did it one time.
They talked about it on Big Bang Theory, but that's legit. You can.
Yeah.
If you know the telemetry, you can do it.
Right.
It's similar to, we did this conspiracy about flat Earth. I love flat Earthers. They're the best. And I have a friend who's a pilot, and I ran it past him. And he's like, I run a charter from Minot to Bismarck, and I have to calculate the trajectory because I'm going downhill, and otherwise I'll fly straight into the Missouri River if I don't,
right. Yeah, because
actually
it curves.
get the arc on it. He's like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I'm like, I know, but I think it's fun. You see the ocean and you can see the curve. You get out on it,
Right.
Like you're at the peak. It's very interesting. Or Big Lake, you could same thing, right? Like you can't see. I live next to Mille Lacs Lake, kind of in that region. So you get out into the middle of Big Mille Lacs Lake and you can't see shore in certain parts. You can see islands, but you can't actually see the shore. Now, how is that possible if the Earth is flat? Because it's not.
Right.
It's only 15 miles wide or something. Like,
right.
You should be able to see. But
yeah, you can get 15 miles offshore and you can't see land anymore.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, isn't the curvature of the Earth like 7 or 8 miles is what you can see if you're on a flat surface, I think. But if the Earth was flat, you'd be able to see. I'd be able to see Manhattan from my backyard.
Yeah, in
Minneapolis,
day.
right?
Sure
Yeah.
But you can't see North Dakota, though.
I love it. Well, no, I know that if you get into a 150-foot skyjack in North Dakota, you can take a picture of South Dakota and Canada at the same time.
How far is Canada for you guys? Oh, well, you're in Minneapolis. Is it like you can go there like on a day trip or something?
Yeah, we went camping not that long ago at Lake of the Woods, which is half United States and half Canada, and that's about a 5.5 hour drive. Oh. So a day trip for Americans and probably a 4-day extended weekend for Europeans.
Yeah. I grew up just north of Detroit, so we used to go to Windsor when we were 18 so you could drink. And we
would go to Winnipeg.
place.
We would go to Winnipeg so we could get strippers and beer.
Well, I wasn't going to say the
18.
strippers part, but yeah, there was strippers in Windsor too, obviously. But the border guards would always ask you where you're going. You go, oh, I'm going to Mother's Pizza because they had these giant, these giant beers. And he would always laugh and go, that place must be huge. Everybody's going there tonight. But, it's not where you're going. You're going to Cheetahs and, going to the strip clubs. Which, when you're 18, is completely useless because you don't know what you're doing.
Very true.
It's a good time, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just sit there and just watch.
18-year-olds nowadays, they don't do that shit. They're, like, boring, man. My 21-year-old nephew, we took him out on his 21st birthday. He got a free beer, and that was it. He wanted me to drop him off at home. Oh. I'm like, well, dude, I can literally drive you anywhere you want.
Right.
Like, I'm not drinking. You are. We can go to every bar in the county, 2 counties, 3 counties, and you can get a free beer everywhere. Like, why aren't you? You're boring.
Yeah, when my oldest son turned 21, technically my stepson, but me and my wife, we took him out. We must take him to like 7 different bars, just so he can get he gets the free drink. And Mom does a shot with him, and he thought it was the greatest night he ever had. We woke him up with mimosas at 7:00 in the morning. Come running into his room with orange juice and champagne, and then the day just got worse for him as it went on. It's funny when that video comes up on your memories on social media somewhere, and you watch it, and we're running in with a video camera. The camera shot's all shaking and everything, and we're yelling and screaming, and we're forcing him to drink. We're like, oh, we're the greatest parents ever. Nowadays, if you did that, you'd end up in jail.
Not in Wisconsin.
Not in Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you can legally drink at any age as long as you have a parent there who says it's okay.
At any age?
Any age. My brother used to be a waiter/bartender there, and he once had to serve 10-year-old booze.
Holy crap.
And he was like, this is weird. I mean, we're from Wisconsin, but my family was not on the party scene at all because I was in a very, very small town. I had 89 people in my high school graduating class. So it was not like big to-dos, but he was like, that was weird. It's legal. So I did it. His parent was right there and said it was fine. So not a big deal.
What did the kid have? Like a Harvey Wallbanger or Gin Fizz? Or
I don't know if he remembered what the kid had other than he had to serve him. But there is a little bit of a gray area between like 18 and 21. Yeah. But if you're 18 and you marry somebody who's 21, then you can also drink.
Wait, if I'm 18 and I marry a young lady that's 21, I can drink too? Because she's always with me. She's 21.
I don't know that she necessarily has to be with you. You just have to, say that.
I just have to have like a photo of her.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Here it is. Don't look below my hand here. I'm covering the juicy bits. She's totally 21.
Totally 21. Holy crap. How do you prove that?
Give me my drink, please.
Yeah, give me my beer. So you just slap on a wedding ring and take a picture of a 21-year-old girl with you when you go out.
Yeah, you could. I don't know that any bartender really cares, right? You can drink before 21 with a parent's consent, or before 18 with a parent's consent. And then what? Oh yeah, my spouse is 21. Give me the. I don't think I've ever been carded in Wisconsin. Never.
Wow.
I have a buddy. No. I don't know if he's been carded for alcohol, but he was carded for buying gasoline when he was like 18, because you have to be, I think you have to be 18 to purchase gasoline legally. And he actually got carded because he's got a very young face. So
is that like, everywhere? I've never been carded for gasoline. So when you're I think Wisconsin and Minnesota. I'm not 100% sure, but there is a legal age to pump gasoline. At what age you get your driver's license up there?
16. So I must be 16 to pump gas, but
yeah, or you just can't pump gas for 2 years, but you can drive. I got to take my wife with me. I got to go get gas.
That's right.
Wow.
Yep. Drinking culture here is big. We've talked about it on the show, but huge up north. And the area I live in, if you are at the bar and you are old enough to walk up to the bar and you have a little bit of facial hair, they will serve you without IDing you, for certain. Like, they are not going to ID you. No way. They want to sell booze.
I saw a photo today. One of my friends, everybody's posting. Well, he's just a Facebook friend, so I don't really know him. But everybody's posting those first day of school pictures of their children. He had his son was starting high school, so he's 14, 15 years old. He had a goatee. I mean, like legit thick goatee. Not like, just fuzz on his face. He had a black goatee. He looked 35 years old. It was crazy. He's probably he's going to be a listener of your show, and he's going to beat my ass now if he ever sees me. I hope it was his son. I mean,
we are 21 plus. We are 21 plus podcast. So if you
are, the kids going to,
if you are under 21, turn it off now. Turn it off now. Naughty boy or girl or they, whatever. Modern world, all that.
Where can you find your show at? Where do you guys put it out on? Who's your distributor?
We are everywhere. We do Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I just recently did the verification for iHeartRadio. We're on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. It pumps over to YouTube. No video, but, it'll do the thing.
Yeah, you can still do the audio on YouTube.
Yeah.
Since you're on Amazon Music, have you ever tried to listen to yourself on on Alexa or something?
I don't. I only listen when I edit the show, and then Mike refuses to ever listen to any of our episodes. Even though I told him I put a new cool intro thing, an outro thing, he's like, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I'm just teasing.
I used to listen to every show, but I don't listen anymore either. I used to listen to every single show.
Yeah.
Well, the running joke on the show is that we only have one listener, and then I'll occasionally bring up that we have other listeners who have contacted me to compliment the show or whatever, and it kind of blows the cover off the story that we only have one listener. But I still pretend in my heart that we only have one listener, and that his name is Keith, because he's the only one that we have permission to use his first name.
Oh, nice. I used to say we had 5. I upped it a couple.
Yeah, we have to dream a little bigger, Mike. We have to start upping our listener count a bit.
Right, start doing that.
I mean, I get notifications every couple of weeks that we've got a new YouTube subscriber or something, and we've got over 400 Instagram followers, which has finally surpassed my personal Instagram one. So together we're more interesting than me alone. So.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, now you're stuck with Mike. Yeah. Now you just let him in on it now.
Yes.
Now he has a little bit of leverage.
Yes. Well, we've decided we're heterosexual life partners, which our wives don't like, but
that's nice.
They get jealous. I don't know.
I have a guy that runs one of the local shops here, and we have the exact same birthday. Which is always a big thing. I've known him for 10 years or so when he's worked at different places. But we found out the other day we went to the same middle school, and we were like a year apart. So we were there for a year at the same time and didn't know it. And then I heard him talking about it. And I'm like, wait, you went there too? And he goes, if I was going to find my life partner, I was sort of hoping it was going to be a woman. But he goes, okay, you're good enough. So I'll take you. And his name is Shia Goldberg, so it's not like we travel in the same circles or anything. So we didn't.
It would be so much easier to date men, that's for sure. It would be so much easier, but not gay men, right? Hunting partners. Yeah, that'd be so much better.
I heard a comedian yesterday, and he said, divorce is still 50-50, 50% chance of being divorced in America, but percentage-wise, lesbians are divorced more than anybody else. Second is heterosexual relationships. And then the third, so the ones who get divorced the least, are gay men marriages. So he said the only one that doesn't...
It's not the women.
Right, the only one...
It's not the men that are the problem.
Right, that's what he said. He goes, well, look, it's the women that are the problem, obviously.
Yes.
Well, I mean, look...
Yeah, Mike said he lost audio. I'm about at the end of the cigar here, so I don't know if Mike will rejoin us, but we can do kind of like the wrap of this final cigars.
Okay.
If you want to tell us where we can find these, do you guys distribute up to Minnesota?
I don't think we have any shops in Minnesota. Like I said, we do have the one in Wisconsin. There's some in your surrounding areas, but I can't think off the top of my head a shop in Minnesota.
Sure.
But most of the shops have them online. You can get our stuff just about anywhere if you search for it online.
Okay. Yep. And I'll put some links in the episode description to some places where you can get them. You can get the cigar website. And your podcast, is that only on YouTube, or do you other places as well?
No, we do a video version on YouTube and on Spotify Creators. The audio, like you guys, you can find everywhere. Places you don't even put it, it comes up. So it is everywhere.
Sure.
We're doing episode 401 next week. We just topped 400 last week, and we've been doing it now for 7 years and still make no money. We won't take advertisers. We don't want to be beholden to anyone. If we say the cigar is bad, we don't want somebody to, you can't say that. Like, no, we are. Your cigar is no good. So,
Mike, are you with us again?
I am back. Back.
There he is.
I thought you went to North Dakota for a minute. And
right, that the North Dakotans got you. The Canadian Mounties that don't exist showed up on his doorstep.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a Canadian Mountie he was chasing off his North Dakota porch there. So the pigeons were watching.
We talked bad about you for the
I want that
time
pigeon
you were
feed
too.
Later. So, but we're gonna rate the cigar, final cigar thoughts, and then we'll be done. So, do you want to go first with the rating, Mike, or final thoughts?
Yeah, I'll go first. That's pretty traditional. I like the cigar. Like I say, it had a lot of woody notes, and it was creamy to me, and it had that like a wave of tang, and that tanginess the last quarter kind of took over, and it was a finger burner for me, but that tanginess turned a little sour right at the very end, which is pretty typical for a cigar this size. It's not atypical. And I would say this is a very solid 4.25 for me.
What's the scale? I don't mean to interrupt you. Sorry, I'm terrible at interrupting. But what is the scale? Just so I'm familiar, is a 5 the highest?
5 is the theoretical highest. We have gone above a 5 occasionally if it is exceptional. But
Gotcha.
Yeah. We usually don't go below a 1, but we have had some at 0.5. Let's put it that way.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some doozies. I like I say, it was complex in a very good way, very good smoke, and I would recommend it if you find one of these in your local cigar shop. I would definitely pick one up. It's worth a smoke for sure.
Yep. I gave it a 4.5. I really liked it. It's complex and it's very, very consistent all the way through. I noticed a little bit of the sourness at the end, but I slowed down smoking because I was kind of getting excited and I get ahead of myself sometimes and smoke pretty fast heavily on it. So I slowed it down and that went away. So I don't know. I really like this one. It's really good. So I also recommend going out and picking it up. And yeah, we also allow guest ratings, Mike. So you can give us your rating. We'll put it in our little spreadsheet here. And
I have 5. 5, top of whatever your highest score is. That's what I got
for sure. We'll give it the highest official score of a 5.
Does anybody who comes on the show ever say their cigars are bad? Oh, this one's terrible.
Yes.
Give it. Do they really?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Boy, they're stupid.
We've had some lady guests, and we tried.
They didn't like
some
the Macanudo Hyde Park. And we had to pick one that would be, good for non-cigar smokers. But
okay, so it wasn't like her cigar.
No.
Oh, that's what I meant. Did you have like Steve
you're the first one
on
that we've had that have their own cigars, basically.
Oh, wow. I feel privileged, and it was money well spent. Thank you for the good reviews, guys.
Well, we feel privileged. I mean, it was awesome having you on and talking with you. And
the Cigars Hustlers podcast is beyond reproach. However, the Nice Ashes podcast can be bought. So, if you're a sponsor and you want to pay my my house bill for a couple months, I will definitely give whatever crap you got a good review.
I say I'll do that on the show all the time. If you want to send cigars, I'll say they're good. I don't care. Me and Boots, the engineer, we can be bought, but Mikey's integrity is too high. So we need cash because we can't cash the checks.
Free whiskey. I'll review your whiskey too. Whatever you got.
All right, there you go. Well, thank you very much, guys. I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Mike, for reaching out and coming on and talking with us about North Dakota and a wide range of other things. So
right, he's opened my eyes to so many different things now.
So, and for everyone else, thank you for listening. Next week, we're going to try the San Andreas and talk all things Jurassic Park with the new Jurassic World Rebirth movie.
I want to see the new one.
Tune in next week for our thoughts on that and the whole series, all 27 movies in that series now. So, otherwise, thanks for listening. Be sure to check out Cigar Hustlers. Check out, I'm still not going to be able to pronounce the cigar name. Powstanie, yeah. Powstanie Cigars and Pospish.
Poshik is their distribution company. It means means hustle.
And so check them out.
Poshik is hustle in Polish.
And thanks again to Mike Palmer, BDP, and we'll catch you next week.
Be safe, have fun.